position. Now, one of the points that I wanted to make is, if someone's legs are straight, think what happens to your abdomen. Just feel it. It kind of stiffens up. Now, if you bend your leg, it's softer. So we really do want those legs bent. Stretching out, good, okay. Now, if you'll lie down, I'll extend this for you. Being longer than my table. So, since I don't have a pillow, I'm going to have to ask Jackson to just bend his knees like this. So that guarantees his abdomen is soft. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect. And, you know, he's checking to make sure I'm doing this the right way. So this is an abdomen that I would honestly call flat. Now, not rounded, and I'm not being dishonest, so that's good, and it's symmetrical.
Thank you.
Now, there are no striations. In other words, we don't have purple lines, we don't have white lines. Now, people that have lost a lot of weight or who have gained a lot of weight often will have white lines, and people that have are put on prednisone or cortisone for a long time will often have purple lines in the abdomen, okay? So there are no striations. Now, the next thing is I'm looking for any pulsations. Now, if you put your head down, you actually can see a aortic pulsation right here. And I'd like you to take a look, because the pulsation's going up, right there.
Yep.
Now, the aorta, remember, it splits into the two iliac arteries right above the belly button. So this is the area I'm looking at right here. And if you look, as he exhales, you see a little bump going up. Now, it's not till palpation that I'm actually going to measure the width. So actually come on over so you can see this. Now, I like the fact that we've got the little camera on the extension. Now, that's really good. Because, now, that's what you do on observation. Now, the next thing is we want to listen to the bowel sounds. Now, the ileocecal valve, where you're most likely to get bowel sounds. Oh, she has two stethoscopes.
Oh, one's his to hold it.
Okay, terrific.
Do you want to use one?
Yes, please. That would be lovely. Thanks. Now, I won't put this in my ear because I might have an infection, but you listen with the diaphragm right here. Okay? Now, this is the ileocecal valve, where the ileum empties into the cecum. Now, I should hear bowel sounds here because this young man is eating and talking and walking, etc. All right. Now, once I've done that, personally, I normally do palpation next, but the exam says percussion does that. So let's do that. Now, I'll give you back your stethoscope. And using the same technique you used for percussion on the lungs, I'm going to make sure that I go into all of the nooks and crannies of the abdomen. Now, he's very tympanic. Now, the audio should get the tympany here. That's tympanic. Now, just so you can hear dullness, what I'm going to do is I'm going to percuss the liver for you so you can really hear the difference. Now remember, the normal liver span is 6 to 12 centimeters at the midclavicular line. So I'm going to go from a sound that I know, which is tympany, up to the bottom of the liver. Tympany, tympany. Now, you heard how the sound got louder? This is the hepatic flexure, where the large bowel makes a curve, makes a turn. Now I'm going to go into the ribs. Now listen now. Compare that to this. Okay, that's the bottom of the liver. Now I'm going to percuss up between the ribs. What do you think? Dull. Okay. Dull. Listen here. Now I'll go down. Now listen here. Okay, so that's the top of the liver. So your liver span is this tall. Now if someone can hand me a little measuring stick, this looks like it's about 9 centimeters to me. Yeah, that's good. So let's find out. Because you're not a full 12. Oh, Margarita, look at those 9.
Oh,
Right on the money. I love it. You do it as long as I can. You can measure with your eyeballs. So you have a normal size liver for someone your size. Okay, so we did that. So percussing down from resonance and up from tympany will give you your liver margins. Now just, the only caution is make sure that you're not percussing on bone. You've got to be in the intercostal spaces when you do this. Okay, so that's percussion. Now, just for the heck of it, to prove that you can, I'm going to percuss the liver, I should say the spleen. Now, I'd like you to roll toward me. That's it, good. Now, your left arm will be above your head. This is perfect. Good. Now, his mid-clavicular or mid-axillary line is here. Now, I know that somewhere between the 9th and the 10th ICSs, I'm going to get some dullness. So, why don't you listen with me? Did you hear the thunk? That's your spleen. Now, what's interesting is we already have that tympany. That's the air bubble in the stomach. So we've got the thud here. And then, so in this area we have the spleen dullness. So that's perfect. So he was tympanic to percussion, dull to percussion over the liver, and dull over the spleen. Now we get to do the palpation. I'll do the light palpation. This is a very fun exam. So I'm going to use one hand, and I'm going to actually palpate parallel to the skin. Now I want to make sure that I get all the areas, including the flank area, the inguinal area, suprapubic, etc. Okay. So there's no tenderness. Now at this point I could do deep palpation. Now that's more of a diving, so you're actually going in about 5 centimeters. Now I sense he's ticklish.
I'm really ticklish.
Okay, good. Well, that's between the two of you.
Wait.
Just don't jump off the table. Okay, now here's liver palpation. Now I've placed my left hand under the thorax. Now I'm going to have him exhale. Liver goes up. I put my fingers in. Now inhale and hold it. Now the liver comes down to me, and I can feel the edge of the liver because my fingers can't go in any farther. Now exhale. My fingers come out. Now, I didn't kill you, did I? Now, if I just done this, taking a deep inhalation. Now, you see, that's not nice. You don't want to do that to the patient. So, I'm sorry, I was being terrible to you. But what I did was, by asking him to exhale, he becomes soft. Right there. Now, I know that's because you're ticklish. Okay, inhale, hold it. Now I can really feel his liver, and exhale. No pain. Now on this side, since we don't have a solid organ, it's much easier. Inhale, exhale, fingers go in. Inhale and hold it. That's when you palpate. Exhale. Perfect. So that's deep palpation. Now, let's say, and we were already talking, Mabel and I were talking about how her partner is going to have to use a scratch test to figure out where the bottom border of the liver is. So what I would do is I would take my stethoscope. Now I know that his liver is right here. We know the lungs are here. I put my stethoscope over here. And I put my ears to the ear cones. Then I start to scratch. Now where the sound becomes the loudest, louder than your laugh, is where the bottom border of the liver is located. Now, I just wanted to show you where the arteries are so you get the pattern. Okay.